Grand Rising. So I see that the Supreme Court has made their ruling talking about birthright citizenship. And he's allowing Trump to pretty much implement the things that he wanted to implement. Now, if birthright citizenship was so clear, cut, and dry, why do you think the Supreme Court would even allow him to implement his, his laws and his executive orders on birthright citizenship? Because many of the things that they talk about, oh, this has been the case for the last 150 plus years. Well, it's based off of the 14th Amendment, which was talking about black people. And just because you guys interpret the laws however you want to doesn't mean that that's how it was intended in the first place. Now, see, it was allowing all these immigrants to come over here and have children and get all the dainties. Again, who were the ones that were building this country before 1850s or 1865? We were. Who was the one that was enslaved? We were. Who were the ones that were going through these curses of Deuteronomy 28 during that time period? We were. So we came out of that, and we should have been restored somewhat. But the restoration went to immigrants. The restoration went to, East Europeans, who didn't go through anything. It went from Spanish people, went to Asian people, went to all walks of life except for us. And again, this goes back to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. But I want to play a little bit of this video right here.
Victory for President Trump here, who had tried. It is a significant victory for President Trump here, who had tried to limit the authority of all of these district court judges all around the country, Craig, that have been trying to block his executive orders. We've seen it in various contexts. This one happens to be arising in the context of his birthright citizenship executive order that tried to gut birthright citizenship for people who have undocumented parents. Today, the court saying the district court judges have been going too far. They have essentially gone beyond their authority in blocking these orders nationwide. Remember, these are district court judges. These are the lowest court judges in our system, and they've been blocking it for everyone. It's a single judge in a single state, and they've been blocking it as it relates to everyone. Now, this arises from a particular group of lawsuits filed by not only individual plaintiffs, people who are pregnant, hoping to protect their children who are still unborn, but also states saying, look, if you don't have a nationwide injunction across the entire country, you're going to have a patchwork of citizenship. You're going to have someone who's a citizen in New York, but not in the state of Alabama. How is that supposed to work?
So again, this is showing you this is prophecy going on in 2025. There are many huge changes that are going to be going on going forward. Many people have thought that history doesn't matter, and and the things that have happened in the past to our people doesn't matter. But see, the whole basis of what all of the immigrants have been getting has been based on the things that have happened to our people. Now, let me show you a little something. So right here, as you can see, it says, while the 14th Amendment has for more than a century been understood to guarantee citizenship to all people born in the U.S., Mr. Trump's order denied birthright citizenship to children born to a mother who was unlawfully present in the United States, or who was lawfully present on a temporary basis, or whose father is neither a citizen nor lawful permanent resident. Now see, this is where, you use the 14th Amendment to apply to everybody. This goes back to Kamala Harris. I'm not going to do anything for all black people or for just black people. I'm going to do something for everybody. And that's what's been the whole basis of this whole country and this whole birthright citizenship. I'm not going to do anything to right the wrongs that I've done to so-called Negroes, so-called black people who we've enslaved and made work for free all these years. I'm going to do something for all people. And that's just because you guys interpret the law that way doesn't mean that is how it was intended. And that's not how it's going to be going forward. Now remember, like I said, everything was set up for, righting the wrongs of so-called black people. But you had your opportunity to do the right thing. And what you did was you took all the restitution, the reparations that were supposed to go on to our people, and you applied it to everybody. And now that, the Most High is making Trump do these things. Now remember, you guys wanted to be close to whiteness. Right? And everything's been about serving the white man, serving the Europeans, serving white Jesus, right? Well, now white Jesus is telling you that it's time for you to go. He's telling you that the way that they interpreted the laws in the past were not right. It was never intended for everybody to be able to come over here and get their American dream. The American dream was based off of our American nightmare. Understand that. The American dream that all of you came over here to get was all based on us going through the nightmare and then never being made whole once again. You all got made whole for things your forefathers never had to go through. And then you all ignore what happened to our people. You see what I'm saying? So that just shows you how ridiculous this is. And now that the Most High is bringing out this information, now people are all upset and now they're fighting. But it's like, how can you fight the white man that you love? How can you fight the Europeans that you love? Anything that they've told you to do before, you've done it, and you haven't even thought twice about it. Just like now, they tell you about things in the Bible, they tell you how to interpret certain things, they tell you Paul, 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 and you don't even think about it. These priests have been raping children, killing children, putting them in septic tanks, and you don't say anything about it. You don't get a rise, you don't get upset about any of that kind of stuff. But then as soon as we tell you certain things, all of a sudden there's a problem with it, right? Well, now the Most High is showing you, like, look, you have, joined hand in hand with the colonizers. Now the colonizers are, the main one has been lifted up, is telling you now the law that we established you to be here and you to get all these benefits is not lawful. So now you don't have a leg to stand on to fight what's coming in the future, because this is all the Most High showing you. He's clarifying it. It's a revelation. These are the times of revelation. These are the times of revealing. That's what the end days are about gaining knowledge and understanding. You've been able to just ignore all the things that we've been telling you, but now the Most High is going to show you that He's revealing that you've been lied to. He's revealing that you made a covenant with liars. He's revealing that the people that you love so much will turn on you in a second and will treat you worse than their own worst enemy within a drop of a hat. But now they're being made to show their colors, because that's what the time of the Most High is. This is from the Apocrypha, okay? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. This is what the Psalms 83 has done. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. This is how you guys were able to come over here and get benefits that were never intended for you. You were able to enjoy all of this voluptuousness here in the Americas, which was never promised to you. Again, they're saying they use the 14th Amendment. 13th and 14th Amendment, we're talking about slaves, talking about Negroes. How is it possible that you seem to think that meant everybody in the world come over and get all these benefits? But this goes with number 9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. This is why you were allowed to come over here. They used the 14th Amendment, which was intended for us, and give all the benefits to everybody else, to all the migrants, and didn't give any to us. Why is that? Because of number 9. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. So your part was to come over here and enjoy this for a time. Go to 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice. You guys interpreted the law however you wanted. That was your strength for that time. That was part of your blessing, right? It said this here, is our portion. Your portion was to be able to use the laws and manipulate them for your benefit and your gain. But now that you're in 2025 and there's huge changes that are here, this is what happens when we manifest with Pluto. And now these changes are here because that is the time that we're in. Okay? So again, this is very important to understand. This is prophecy. This is the prophecies that your churches has hidden from you. I said these are landmark events. What makes you think that I can't just take my wife to a certain country, have a baby there, and all of us be citizens? That's not how it works, but it was part of your guys' blessing. It was part of your portion. Why are they all coming over to the Americas? Because this is the land of milk and honey. This is the land of all the best resources. So that's why you were able to come over here and exploit the situation and just have one of your people, one of the colonizers, interpret the 14th Amendment as meaning everybody. And so again, and like I said, Kamala told you the same thing. I'm not going to do anything just for black people. I'm going to do something that's going to benefit everybody. But what they meant was it's going to benefit everyone except for the black people. It was intended to benefit. So this is a huge landmark event today, because now the person that, your head, your God, your leader, can now do whatever it is that he wants. And it was okay if you thought that he was going to do everything to us, like when he came in 2017, that he was going to be doing everything to our people. You were fine with that. You voted for that. And you voted for it again. But now the Most High has pulled your card. Much love, family. Shalom.